Boom, 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 boom. Good morning. Good morning. Zabi, hello.
Hi, hi. How are you guys doing?
Cool. Sander, hey.
Hey Rosa, hey Zabi, nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you
Nice.
too.
Nice to meet you guys. Nice to be here. So lovely. Yeah. On tonight's show, it's Zabi here. Zabi. Yeah. I we were in touch um for a longer time now, so I have no clue what's going on there. And I'm really, really curious to hear about this, but also about your story, my dear. Maybe you can I can ask questions, but feel free simply to start where you like, whatsoever. Let's see what's coming out there, my dear. So, okay.
Well, the story, I guess, there's just, to sum it up, intense seeking in alcohol, drugs, partying, money, girls,
You,
no spiritual seeking, just intense like OCD, compulsions, behaviors, therapy, um, what do you call it, antidepressants, all that kind of stuff.
okay,
And
full
nothing
on, full on.
it felt like there was always an emptiness here that needed to get filled, and
Mm.
then liquor, substances would temporarily fill that emptiness that felt that was like a contraction right here, and then it always needed to be maintained and maintained. And I think in the story, all I did one day was Google. I just turned 30, and then I Googled what's the point of life or something like that. I don't know. And then I believe like an Alan Watts video
Mm.
popped up or something. And this is the first time in the story going out of like the typical hustling, working 9 to 5, work, just the something that was outside of the normal for Zabi.
Yeah, yeah,
And like
yeah.
I think Muji and Sadhguru and I don't know, Eckhart Tolle,
Yeah.
uh, all
Eki
those.
is always, Eki is in every
Yeah,
story there.
bought the book. I never read the book though. I wasn't a reader.
Me too,
Still
Zabi.
not a
Here
reader.
it's the same. It's very similar. Now, listening to this, it's very similar here, but it's differently. The things are different, but it's exactly like you are. Yeah, yeah. So I'm also
Yeah.
not a reader, but yeah. Okay. And
And then I guess it was just like I would say a few months, maybe 3 months of kind of getting into spirituality. Like I did Sadhguru's little course. I forgot what it was called.
or
In
maybe
engineering,
Xander knows. Maybe Xander knows because he was quite into the stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Inner
Uh,
engineering.
in engineering, yeah.
Uh, and nothing seemed to help. At around that same time, Jim Newman popped up. And then yeah, and somehow it was like I thought that Jim Newman and Muji and all that was saying the same thing. Like it was, and then all the spiritual stuff faded out when it became obvious that Jim's not. It's not the same. And yeah, and that this was about 2.5, 3 years ago, and from that point, it just seemed to be a fading. What I would have called it was a dying out.
Mm.
Um, Probably about and for 2 years, intense sadness, waking up crying every morning, not knowing why, but at the
All
same
right.
time, like it felt like a release.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
it was,
Totally good.
to sum it up, a loss after loss after loss
Mm.
after loss. That's the story.
Ah, beautiful, Zabi. You put it in a nutshell. So beautiful. All those aspects. I can totally relate to this. Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful.
yeah. It's crazy because
Very intense time, right?
oh yeah, and it seemed like the drinking got worse, and it was funny. It was like instead of drinking and going out to party, it was drinking and watching Jim Newman. And it was like
Cool.
nowhere to go, just sitting here crying, watching Jim like 8 hours a day, Tony
Cool.
Parsons.
Whoa.
And then and then nothing happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This isn't what Zabi wanted. Zabi would have told you he would do anything for this. But then it became obvious towards the end, and this is absolutely not what I wanted.
Yeah.
But it is what I longed for. It truly is. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's about
Beautiful.
there's a lot of here. The stories seem like there's a lot of a need to be special, a need to be liked,
Yeah.
an intense need for what's next, intense need to order, need to control. There's intense wanting to hold on, intense trying to get my life in order, my life right, the story in the boxes where it's supposed to be, order pretty much. And that all
Totally.
broke down, and breaking down as it was falling apart, it was painful. And it was mostly painful here. That's how I described it, like a clawing, gnawing, clawing, sharp intention type of energy that seemed to just melt into the hole, if you want to say, for lack of a better word.
Wow,
Yeah.
beautiful. Mm,
Yeah.
Zabi, did you have any friends or I don't know speakers you connected with in order to talk through this process or?
During that time, I talked to Emerson a lot. I would call him. I would Jim Newman, I would call him every here and there. I saw Jim in person actually in Seattle just about last month. So that was pretty cool. I flew out there. Yeah. So that was cool.
Cool.
And yeah, that's pretty much Jim Newman and Emerson. I know I did a one-on-one with Neil Denham. I did a one-on-one with Anna Brown at the time. And
with Anna.
before,
Oh, boom.
Yeah, a lot of people. And when I first really heard the message, I forgot to mention him. There was like a teacher that I was listening to, Terrence Stevens. I would talk to him a lot. And I thought he was saying the same as Jim. And then it became obvious that.
It's not.
And that's where Emerson cleared up a lot of the confusion. I remember being on the phone with Emerson just for about 10 minutes, just being very confused. Like I don't know, I thought Terry was saying the same thing. And now I'm just utterly like confused. And then he cleared it up. And then that was the end of that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same, but it's I mean it's not the same, but it's pointing to, but it's definitely something else, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong or right with Terry Stevens, you know, it doesn't matter, it just plays out that way. I mean, no one is doing anything already or following or teaching or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
It's just what seems to be happening. So
yeah.
And
in the
Zabi,
story, it's helped a lot. In the story, it seemed like there was a lot of tension that was from talking to Terrence. It was kind of like therapy. It felt like.
Zabi, here, sorry for interrupting. It was the same. You know, the first touch was with kind of this guy you told, but it was another one. And this was for the story. It was wow, you know, like therapy, going through the emotions. And this was so beautiful. But yeah, this is the story, you know. And yeah, as you said, exactly the same here. And then it's seen, oh wow, okay. Yeah.
it's funny, you know, when you guys mention, you know, in the story, and it almost
this is
gives
also the story.
yeah, it almost gives the idea that there was a story going on before, and this is not the story. I mean, it's all a story, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you know, there's no before, no after. You know, this is not, no one left the storyline already.
Yeah. But you
you know,
cannot get it wrong. It doesn't matter what we are talking.
no, but this is just simply what arises here, you know.
Yeah, 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 I know. I
There's
know,
nothing wrong
beautiful.
with anything.
No,
Yeah,
I
there's
love
nothing
it.
wrong with anything.
I love it, Sander.
But
It's beautiful. And then I saw
Yeah.
Zabi doing his own talk, right? Zabi, what was this?
Oh yeah, and I got him. There's a few people. I went to Rose. I don't know, Rosemarin.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
saw
love
her.
her.
Yeah, she came to the San Francisco Bay Area. I saw her. I met a few people that I saw on YouTube videos, like with Jim Newman and Emerson, and I met them at the Rose, and they live 2 hours north of me in Sacramento. So I kind of, we just talked about what was happening here and all that, and they invited me uh, to come up and just talk. And then Tim Kliss, I met him. He went to Sacramento, and he got COVID. So he spoke for one day. I went to go see him. He got COVID, and the rest of the 2 day weekend, or the rest of the weekend, he couldn't make it. So they asked me to speak. So I took over the weekend, and then that's one of my videos.
Perfection, perfection. Lovely, lovely, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. But
Cool.
lately nothing's been coming out. Lately, haven't been talking, haven't been
Zabi,
making videos.
do you have your own YouTube channel?
I do, but I haven't been posting or haven't been doing anything on it lately.
Well, maybe this is going to change very quickly. Let's see what's going to happen here. And yeah, cool. I loved it how you like a quickie, you sum it up so beautifully. I love the points, exactly those boom, beautiful.
Mhm.
And yeah, yeah, lovely, loved it.
Yeah,
And
it
now
seemed
it's
to be.
kind of chilled, more chilled, or that did a lot of things changed in the situation, apparent situation, maybe, or
Mm, I mean, I can relaxation,
mm,
pretty much relaxation. Drinking doesn't seem to happen anymore.
mm,
Uh, yeah, in a sense, yeah, but really nothing changes. But you could say relaxation.
yeah,
yeah, mm,
That's
yeah.
probably.
Well, everything is it, everything is it, no matter what. So it's kind of easy going. No matter what happens, it's always like easy going for
Yeah.
no one, easy going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, nice.
That what I really wanted was a change that I could know about, and I can know it. I can know it, and I can own it. I can have it. That's what I wanted. A relaxation where I could have been like, I'm so relaxed, guys. Yes. Held on to. That's what I
Yeah,
wanted. That's
yeah,
not what happened.
yeah,
no, because you don't have hands, you
Yeah.
cannot hold to anything. You know, there's not a you and something else which you can hold on to. You know, there's just relaxation or stress or frustration or joy or drinking. You know, this is just uncontrollable. There is no separated zabi and relaxation which you can hold. I mean, this it's quite obvious that there is no one doing anything already, and anything may appear to be happening. Maybe drinking again, maybe not, maybe crying. You know, it doesn't matter because there's already no one being depressed or sad or stressed or happy to begin with. So yeah, it's hopeless in a way that it's already this, no matter what is happening or not is happening. You know, the longing is already this. The yearning for freedom is already freedom, so to speak, for no one to be free or to be not free already. So it's just whatever seems to rise, no one knows. Like saying, well, and no one knows what's next. It's like saying, I know what I'm going to think next, you know, because no one is doing anything already. No one is doing his thoughts. No one is doing the sitting in the car. No one is doing the laughing and the talking, the listening. Just simply what seems to be happening. And well, I love the story, you know, and it's beautiful because it's just simply how it plays out for this so-called Zabi character there, you know, and there's nothing wrong. Nothing needs to be changed either, you know. And this is the freedom that nothing needs to be different because, you know, the need for something to be different, that's the longing, you know, the lack. I want something else. But there's not something else, and wanting something else is this already.
Mhm. Love it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, on the point.
But I really love how you you know the well, it was Sadhguru maybe, and it was Terry Stevens, and it was Alan Watts, and I stumble into it, and boom, 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 and then there was a fading away. I love it, you know, because and
Totally.
even if there was no fading away, whatever's happening there is just beautiful anyway. If you say I still go to Sadhguru or whatever, that's just simply what seems to be happening then, you know? There's nothing wrong with it.
Totally.
It's just this. Everything is this, you know. There's nothing else. But the relaxation, it's beautiful because you mentioned this, and you also seem to say, well, there seems to be a relaxation where in a compared to the seemingly before, because yeah, there is no really before or after anything. There was this absence of relaxation, you know, and this is something which is commonly suggested by many speakers, that there seems to be a relaxation from all these types of neurotic behaviors, you know, excessive drinking or whatever. And still anything can happen, of course, it doesn't matter, you know.
But
But
not always, not always.
not always, yeah, well, you know, I mean, just simply what seems to be happening or not happening, it doesn't matter, you know. Anything can happen and cannot happen, you know. Relaxation cannot happen seemingly also, it doesn't matter. There's no after this is the 1 2 3 4 5 ticks the boxes and then you know that you made it to the end of the line, you know. This is bullshit. There's no end of the line, there's no boxes to tick. This is it already. Boom.
Boom.
Clear.
Exactly.
It's very simple. It's like there is just this. There is no me and this. So if there is no me and this, what is left? Just this, no matter what. So, boom.
Boom.
Sitting in the car with a big smile is just beautifully happening, you know, and laughing and shaking faces and whatever, and it's just uncontrollable.
Yeah.
And it
Direct.
needs, yeah,
Direct.
it needs
Very
not to
direct.
change. Nothing need to change, but the need for change or the need for nothing to change is also just
Yeah,
uncontrollable.
totally. Full on. Yeah. No difference in the need to change in an apparent seeking energy or in a total relaxation and being unfuckable. It's the same. But not for me. For me, it's not the same. I prefer to be more relaxed. I prefer not to be in
Yeah,
this loop.
exactly.
But what is to be relaxed? What is to be in the loop?
So Zabi, I was wondering because is there still, you know, and it doesn't matter. I just wanted to say this. Is there still going to Jim and Tim uh, the other Emerson? Is there still this going on? Or because you said I'm not posting so much now, and this is so beautiful because you know it just plays out that there's not much posting. But what seems to be happening there? You know now, like of course, sitting in a car, but is there still a going to characters and listening to this so-called message?
It seemed last month I did fly to Seattle to see Jim just because I thought, that would be fun. And it was my first time meeting him. Besides that, watching videos seems to have pretty much stopped. I mean, I guess here and there, a video will be turned on, like taking a shower or something, but it's not like how there was 8 hours and nonstop and trying to get something from it. That just,
Yeah.
that seemed to. Yeah, I just love hearing it though. I love hearing it. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no choice, loving to hear this, or not loving to hear this is already unchoosable. There's
Here
already
too.
no one to
Here too,
choose.
Zabi. It's for me, it's like listening to music. I'm switching with music, and there's like also this guy who's making this music thing with the characters, in the background
Jerry.
there's music, and they're uh,
Jerry Chilwell.
yeah.
Jerry, yeah, he's a
Love it.
nice. I mean,
Yeah,
Love
he beautiful music mixes with speakers of
Yeah.
non-duality and music, and yeah, it's beautiful.
I totally love the music he's choosing, and it's for me like choosing music, then him, or a talk which is popping up just to see the characters and what's going on there, since we are here kind of also performing with Zander, so it's kind of keeping up to date, and getting impulses just for fun. Totally. Yeah, but it's not like if you compare to get something out of this, it's totally not like this, but who cares? Yeah.
There's definitely a love. I mean, like Zabi was saying, or Rosa, or even here there seems to be an aloveness with this so-called message. I mean, although there's nothing to get and to gain, but there, and the love for speaking this is just also simply rising, and it can be something else tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe playing football or loving hockey or whatever. There's no way of knowing, but
Totally. This can stop directly. Yeah. Totally.
From going to meetings, Zabi, to not going so much to meetings and maybe speaking and then no speaking, or anything may appear to happen or not. There's even so-called speakers who start teaching how to become aware and to become free, just completely so-called the other way. I mean, there's no other way, and there's no way in saying whatever is going to be happening, as there's no one doing it already. There's no control.
Hey guys, let us continue in part 2 with this topic. Like there are those characters talking very radically about this, and then like switching into a teaching. Okay, this is kind of an interesting topic. I would love to talk about more. Okay, good.
Okay.
See you in part 2. Okay.
All right.